Okay, we're back for video number 2 of our Frightfully Cute stamp class. Coming up. There. Trying to find it on the iPad. Got it?
Got it.
Okie doke. Dale is here with me to watch comments. Does that look okay? Straight.
Looks straight.
Okie dokie.
The candy bars look crooked.
Okay. Do what?
The candy
That's
bars.
okay. Okay, we are going to wait just a minute to let people hop back on. And then we're going to get to creating a couple more treats. Glad y'all are here with us this morning.
Ladonna's on. And Lisa's on.
Okay, welcome back, guys. So like I said, this second video, we're actually going to be making 2 different treats because this first one is super straightforward. We are just wrapping a Hershey bar with some cardstock and decorating it up so it makes a super cute little treat that you can put on someone's desk or send to school with your kiddos or grandkids.
Sherry says hi.
Hi, Sherry. Glad you're back. I think we're still missing Donna, maybe. There was a couple
She's
others,
here.
Becky. Okay, very good. See if Becky can find us. So again, you're going to look in your kit, and this time you're just going to pull out the piece of cardstock that is Old Olive, and then that top clear envelope that has all your little pieces inside. You're going to need your trimmer again. And because of the heat, I was not able to include a Hershey bar in the kits this time. And since I couldn't mail them out, I didn't do the ones that we delivered either. But you can pick up a Hershey bar. You want just the regular size Hershey bar. Not, sometimes you can find those that are thicker. You want just a regular Hershey bar. But you can still make your project this morning, and then you'll be able to put your Hershey bar in it once you purchase one. So those are the pieces that you need. Let's go ahead and do our scoring first. Move everything out of the way. Now this time, your cardstock is 5 3/4 inches by 5 1/2. So if you can't tell by looking at it, go ahead and put it in your trimmer so that you are on the 5 3/4 inch. That's where you're doing your scoring, on the 5 3/4 inch side. Make sure I have mine right again. Yeah. So we're going to be scoring first. Y'all ready? And again, I'm having you do your scoring.
Got a thumbs up.
Okay, good deal. So the first score mark that we need is 3/4 inch. And so we'll bring that through, score it good.
We don't use the brown one?
No. Yeah, be sure you use your scoring blade and not your cutting blade. I'm known for getting those mixed up. Then we're going to 1 inch. So first score is 3/4 inch. Next score is 1 inch. Then we're going to 3 1/4. And our last score mark is 3 1/2. So you've got 3/4, 1 inch, 3 1/4, and 3 1/2. Now you notice I'm using my Stampin' Up paper trimmer. I do love this trimmer. I love the fact that it does have a scoring blade and a cutting blade, and that they move back out of the way, so at the top and bottom. It's a great trimmer if you're in the market for a new trimmer. Of course, you can also use your scoreboard if you have one of those. Y'all just let me know when you have your scoring done and you're ready to move on. So our cardstock is cut at 5 3/4 by 5 1/2. And on the 5 3/4 inch side, we scored it 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch, 3 1/4 inch, and 3 1/2 inch.
Lisa asked, is there another way to score?
There is a scoreboard. Stampin' Up! Has a scoreboard. Do you not have a way to score, Lisa? Surely she does. Like another tool to score. The other thing, if you have a trimmer that has an open track on the cutting arm, you can use a stylus and run through there as well.
You could also, on that one, if you have one, you can use your bone folder.
You can use your bone folder to run through in that track as well.
Becky wants you to give the measurements again.
Okay. So on your piece of cardstock that's cut at 5 3/4 by 5 1/2, make sure that you have it laying in with your 5 3/4 inch side on your trimmer like this. Then you're going to score it 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch, 3 1/4, and 3 1/2.
Lisa said no. No. Can she flip it?
I'm not sure what you mean, Lisa. Did you score on the 5 1/2 inch side? Is that what you mean? It would still work.
You should have to trim a little off the end.
If you did, then just keep going, because we can help you. It'll still work. It'll look just a little bit different, but it'll still work.
Because you'll have a little extra candy bar, and you'll have to trim your...
yeah, we'll see what she... Okay, you guys ready to go on?
Donna says, you said that the 5 3/4 side. Yes, the 5 3/4 side is the...
Let's put it back in. So this is my 5 3/4 inch side, and I put it in my trimmer like this. If you did the other side, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. But this is the 5 3/4 inch side. And we score at 3/4, then 1 inch, 3 1/4, 3 1/2. And the other thing is, it's just cardstock. So if you have this green, fine. If you don't, you could even do it with a piece of white if you need to recut. It's 5 3/4 by 5 1/2.
It's old olive.
This is old olive, but if you don't have old olive and you need to recut.
Donna said she did the opposite side.
Okay.
And she's just going to have to trim a little bit at the end.
It's going to work. Yeah.
It's going to work.
Don't worry. It's going to work. And that's what we're here for. We're here to learn. So don't let that stress you out. Okay. Okay, grab your bone folder because again, you're going to want to burnish on the score lines. I don't know, Dale, you may want to grab one and see, like, and score it that way so we can help them out because it's still going to work. We've been talking on my Facebook Lives on Wednesday. I've made some mistakes over the past couple of weeks, and there's almost always a way to work around it and still make it work. So basically with the score lines, you're just creating like a little pocket for the candy bar to fit in. So I know it's going to be a little bit harder since you may not have a Hershey bar at home, but it just fits right inside. Now I did notice that the ends kind of stick out, and so I kind of folded them back on my original, on my sample. And when I set them in there, then it doesn't come out at the ends as much. But even if it does, I'm okay with that. You could also use a glue dot just to hold that back. For some reason, this one wants to come forward, so I may even turn it around. But even if you don't have a candy bar to put inside, you can still go ahead and make your treat holder, and then when you get a candy bar, you can just pop it in right quick. Okay? So this is a super simple way to dress up a candy bar and make it a cute treat. So inside your packet now, you've got a piece of basic black and then a piece of the designer series paper. You've got your label that we're going to stamp on. And then you've got your witch's hat. So let's go ahead and do our stamping next. And this is a super cute sentiment that I just love, and it's which way to the candy, but spelled W-I-T-C-H. And this little label that we're stamping on is part of the Frightful Labels dies. It's a really cute little label. Make sure I'm somewhat centered here. Get my stamping done. Hopefully not getting my head in the camera, but maybe I am. Okay, I think I'm over to one side a little bit, but that's okay. I'll be able to put my witch's hat on, and it will be just fine. You working on it, Dee? Okay, let me see. Okay, y'all let me know how you're doing. I think we're okay though. And we're going to figure it out for the ones that scored the other way. Okay, we've got our stamping done, so let's go ahead and bring in the piece of designer series paper and mat it with the piece of black. We'll go ahead and adhere that down. And I'll just let you come in a minute, Dee, and do an alternative. And it's just a very small mat, but when you put that on your old olive cardstock, it helps for that to kind of pop a little bit. I love this piece of designer series paper. It's spooky cute. And it's going to go on the front. Now, if you scored on the 5.5 inch side, it may need to go on the back, but that's going to work.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Yeah, there's always a fix.
Yeah.
And you may want to wait to put everything together once you get a candy bar if you don't have one handy. They sell those Hershey bars in 6 or 8 packs. I can't remember. But if you wanted to make a bunch. And then in your kit, you've got some of the black and white gingham ribbon. And that's what we're using just to close the wrapper. What's the matter?
I'll just I'll cut the other pieces.
Yeah, it makes it really cute, Judy. I think that was Judy that said. So I'm just bringing a piece of the ribbon around. And I decided to tie it in a knot. Now I may have given you enough ribbon that you could tie a bow if you want to, but that's all I'm using to hold this closed. So it's a very quick and easy project. And what I love about the treat holders that we're doing today, you're not using a lot of supplies, but you're making cute items that you can gift to other people. Thank you. No, I've already stamped. I'm looking for my dimensionals. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to pop the sentiment on. Any comments? We doing okay?
Yeah.
Doing okay?
Doing okay. Donna says you just wrap the paper around the candy bar.
If you're using designer series paper, you can. If you're using cardstock, I find that you do need to score it. And then I'm just going to pop on my sentiment with dimensionals. Didn't do the greatest job of stamping, but I think with this, it's okay if it's a little bit wonky. And then I'll add my witch's hat, again with the dimensional. Yeah, if it's designer series paper, you can just wrap it around. You don't have to worry about scoring, because that's pliable enough that that'll work. I may move that down just a little bit. Now the witch's hat is cut from the black glitter paper, and that is also something that carried over from last year's catalog. So you may very well have that in your stash. And I love our glitter paper. So many glitter papers that you find, they shed really bad, but ours doesn't. So I just love it's such a high quality paper. Now I've got some stars, and on the way that I stamped, I may just add one star to this wrapper.
One scored the other way.
Oh, okay. So this is the one. Oh, it's really going to work just fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the one that scored the other way, Dale said. So let me put the candy bar inside.
And because it leaves you a little bit of gap, just put your, make sure that they put their...
Yeah, just flip it over and put your decoration on the back. That's going to work just fine, isn't it?
Yes.
You got just a little bit of a gap here, so you just flip it over. Works either way. And I probably would go ahead and tuck my candy bar too. That looks like you scored it.
That's the 5.5 size.
Okay. I would probably just use a couple little glue dots and hold those ends of the wrapper down so that it doesn't stick out. But if that doesn't bother you, that's fine too. Yep, it works just fine.
Sherry says so cute, and Lisa says definitely going to do a grads teachers for grands teachers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a great idea for a teacher's gift. So it's very, very easy. And I kind of like LaDonna's idea too of using designer series paper only, and then you don't have to mess with any scoring. But it's a quick project. So let me know if we are ready to move on, and we're going to make a Tombstone Treat Box next. I love it when we solve problems. Everything works out. It's all good. I had a friend that used to say it's all good all the time. He was right, huh?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, we were figuring out too, a sheet of cardstock is approximately 40 cents. So when you're getting a couple of candy wrappers or treat boxes out of a piece of cardstock, you know, you're really, that's a very economical little treat. So you can be doing them for all kinds of people, your neighbors, your family. Everybody loves a little treat, right?
Absolutely.
We're good? Okay, let's go ahead and move on. I'll move this one out of the way. And the next thing that you're going to need, you're going to want to pick up everything from your kit from the Tombstone Treat Box and this little packet that has all of your decorations in it. And this time we're making this cute little Tombstone Treat Box. These are adorable. They're super easy to put together and they're a really good size. Did I bring those candy bars over?
Yes, you did.
Let me show you some things that fit inside. Thank you, Dee. These are the fun size Snickers, and I was just delighted when I realized that they fit in there. 3 of them fit in there perfectly. So that's awesome. And then a gift card also fits in there. Now it doesn't lay completely flat, but I think it still works just fine. I don't know, would you hand me one of those Reese's peanut butter cups? Let's see, maybe 2 of them? Just to kind of give you an idea. Of course, you'll see in just a minute because you'll be putting yours together. Yeah, you can put a couple of Reese's peanut butter cups in there. And I would love to hear what else you guys think you may put in there. I think in the catalog they actually show Hershey's Nuggets that have been wrapped with some designer series paper. And so if you've never done that before, if you have Hershey's Nuggets, you just cut a piece of paper that's 3 inches by 1 inch and wrap that around. They look super, super cute that way. You could certainly do that. What you need?
Looking for your stamp.
For what?
The one.
I don't know that did I mount that one?
I don't see it.
I may not have. Would you look in the case? Okay, Dale's trying to help me. I may not have grabbed my stamp out. No, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, you could even wrap your Snickers bars too. So let's go ahead and get started on this treat. Did you find it?
Found it.
Okay. I forgot to get my stamp out. So this time, our sentiment is, you're so sweet, it's scary. And so we're going to be stamping that. This is just a pumpkin pie. Again, that same label or tag that we have been using. And it's from the die set. I just think it's really cute. So if you're substituting a different sentiment, that's just fine. Could certainly put just Happy Halloween. Let's see if I can get this one stamped a little bit straighter. Looks pretty good. So go ahead, and if you have a stamp that you'd like to use, go ahead and do that. I'll need that ink pad again. So
Becky says you can give it to your friends that are pet lovers with little dog biscuits in it.
oh, that would be cute.
Who has a dog?
Everybody's a pet lover. So let's talk about the little Tombstone boxes right quick. So there's 2 different sizes to the box. The top is actually the larger one. So you've got one of each size. And the reason that the top is larger is so that it slides over. Now it works the other way as well. But the problem is if you have treats inside and then you're trying to push the box in, that may be difficult. So that's why I decorated the top. Now you could certainly decorate both sides because these do stand up, which is really cool. So to put the box together, everything is already scored. So you're just going to push in those tabs on the side, on the top and bottom. And then you're going to do that on the sides as well. And what's awesome is there's already adhesive on here. So like a tear and tape has already been applied. So you can pull those little backings off. Oops, I just messed up, didn't I? Don't do that. Okay, so I did not fold in on those score lines. So pull your backings off, and then you just bring the sides up and pull this up and over those tabs. Okay, we'll do that again. So you've got your side tabs, you push them in, bring this piece up and over them, and adhere it. And you can even use your bone folder if you need to, but make sure that that's adhered well. So there you've got one side. Doing okay?
Doing good.
And then we'll do the same thing with this other part of the box. This time I'll make sure I get those folded right. I love that everything's already scored for you. I want to say there's 10 of these in a package. Do you mind looking, Dee, in the catalog? Maybe there's 8. There may be 8 in a package. And there's the train every time, y'all.
It's time for stamp class. This train's coming through.
Every time.
8.
8, and how much are they?
They're
I think they're 10.
$10.
Yeah, $10. So, but these are really, really cute. And so much of the work is already done for you. It's cute, just put together, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Y'all just let us know when you've got your box put together, and then we'll go ahead and move on. Do you have the dies handy?
I do.
Okay. Thank you. Everybody doing okay?
Donna says done with the box. Sherry says
Okay.
done with the box.
Good.
Lisa says she's ready.
Okay.
So we're
Perfect.
moving right along.
Okay, good. I want to bring the dies back in right quick. We're going to be using the spider web die, and in the center of it, you may find that I did not pull out all the little pieces of the center, and I purposely did that to leave a little bit more room to add adhesive. So just wanted to tell you that. Just thought I'd bring these dies back in now, and you can see how many of them that we have used, and then our last project today. So we used almost all the dies today. So next thing we're going to do is just kind of find placement for everything. I put the spider web on first. We do need to fussy cut our little ghost.
Donna gave you a woohoo fussy cut.
Yeah, if Cassandra were here, that would not be the case, but again, I'm not the greatest fussy cutter, but you know, ghosts are a little bit,
Forgiving.
yes, forgiving. This is a cute little ghost too. And so you may have gotten a different ghost in your kit than what I'm cutting. There's several on the designer series paper. Your ghost may be going even the other way. I don't remember, but they're all cute. So get your little ghost fussy cut. And then we'll start putting everything together. I'll give you just a minute. Keep losing my take your pick tool. There it is, thanks. And I think that these Tombstone Treat Boxes were on back order for a little while. The last time I checked, they were available. There's a couple of different things in this suite that were on back order. I know the dies are right now, but I think they're expected back in like the 20th of September. So it's an awesome set. And again, I used the black glitter paper. I really love our glitter paper. The spider web cuts really well, but you do need to use your die brush or your take your pick tool to get all the little bits out. But it's so worth it to have a sparkly spider web. Ready? Okay, I'm actually going to use my liquid glue. Now you could use dimensional or even some glue dots if you wanted to. I know our liquid glue is nice and strong. I'm bringing that over. Oops, I got a little bit too much, so let me turn that so that part will be underneath my sentiment. And then I'm going to add my sentiment with some dimensionals.
How would we get glue on our finger if we don't use too much?
Right. I just love this little label die.
Tara was watching and she said you didn't use enough dimensions.
Mm-hmm. And we'll just pop that little sentiment on. Over our spider web. And of course we'll pop up our ghost as well. So cute. So there are so many options with these treat boxes. Now let's go ahead and put our stars on if you have some. If not, remember, I'll be getting you some. And I kind of didn't do the greatest job stamping. I'm over to the side a little bit. So I'm probably going to put one on my sentiment piece as well. I'll just sprinkle those on. And that just kind of fools the eye and it makes it look like it's stamped properly. Again, fixing those things that I mess up. Now on my sample for my ribbon, I just kind of swooshed it back and forth, and then I took a piece of the glittered ribbon and tied it in between. My order had not come in when I prepped for you guys, so we may just have to tie a bow. And you probably have enough ribbon to tie a double bow. Let's give that a try, where you just have two pieces of ribbon together. It's going to be tight, but I think it would work. If not, then just tie a bow. I may have just tied that in a knot, didn't I? I think I've got another little piece of ribbon down there.
That one you can tie a bow.
Yeah. Well, I may not have given them enough ribbon, so we'll just tie a regular bow. Still looks cute. They doing okay, Dee?
I think so.
Okay. Pretty straightforward. And I'm just going to add my bow with the glue dot. I can find my glue dots. There they are. And then this one is done. So we've got our tombstones, and then we've got our candy bar wrapper. Can't wait to hear which one is your favorite. And what you plan to put in your tombstone boxes too. I think I like the fact that the Snickers fit inside there. And I think what I would do is wrap a little piece of designer series paper around them, because that would be really cute when you open it up. You could even do some stamping on a piece of cardstock and wrap that around there, like with the word boo or something. You could die cut letters that say boo. There's so many options.
Lisa says she's done.
Okay, good.
LaDonna's good.
Okay. What time is it, Dee?
9:36.
Okay.
I'm actually 10:36.
10:36. Okay, we are going to be back at 11. We've got one more project for you, and we're excited to see you back. Thank you.